Hello and welcome. Today's presentation is going to be about deploying our application in the cloud. So, in the last video, we looked at how we can deploy to Docker Hub. And if you recall, this is my Docker Hub. So the first thing we're going to do is to pull our image existing in Docker Hub into our instance, and then we push it to AWS ECR. If you had created your ECR, you should have something. Let's just go to ECR and see. So you type on the search bar, you type ECR, it should take you to container registry. Yeah, so if you've created yours, you should have something like this. Now, when you click on that, this is the latest image that I just pushed from my hub. And so we're just going to delete it and then we'll start all over again. Okay, now that that's deleted, now let's go back to our instance. I've set up everything so that it will be faster. Now let's look at images we have in our instance. This is the one I pushed, the one I just deleted right now. So I'm going to delete everything and then we'll start all over again. So to do that, we'll do Docker. First of all, let's see if there's anything running. Docker PS. Okay, there's nothing running. So we're just going to do Docker image rm. Yeah, you can pick the name, you can pick this. Okay, let's go with this. Copy and paste. Okay, let's see. Must be force. Let's use force. A1's force. Okay, let's see if that will go again. Yeah, it's working at the background. Fine. So that image is deleted. So we're doing all of this. I want to start from the beginning so that you see how I'm pulling from Docker Hub into my instance and then deploying it and then also pushing to ECR. So let's do Docker images. So that's gone. Okay. The first thing you need to do if you want to pull your image from Docker Hub, which is this one, right? You have to pull this name, but you have to log in first into this your repo, and then you can pull whatever image is in any of these repositories. So let us do just that. So to do that, to log in, we do docker login -u, and then the name of your repo, which is this one. If you can see this one, right? It's going to ask you for your password. So I have successfully logged in, and then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to pull that image. So what we're trying to achieve is to move our images from one repo to another repo. That will give us more leverage and collaboration and allow easy hosting. All right, so we're going to pull. What name are we going to pull? This name. And to do that, we'll just copy this name, paste. So it's going to be very fast because I've done it before. So yeah, so it's pulling into our instance. It's doing that, and in a couple of minutes or seconds, it will be done. To be done. Okay, that's fine. So it's out of Docker Hub and we're done. Goodbye. So let's come back here. Now everything we're doing is on instance, on our AWS instance in the cloud. So from here we can host our application. But first, before we deploy our application, before we host it or run our application or container, we will push to AWS ECR. So if you have created your ECR like I have mine, this is what we're going to use. Okay, so you click on this radio button and then you do view push command. This is the same command that you have on the blog. So first, just like we logged in into Docker Hub, we're also going to log into Amazon to have access to this instance. And so to do that, we copy this. Let me make it bigger so that you can see. It's just the same thing you have on the blog. So you do this, you copy this, copy, and then you paste it here. So fine, so we have logged in. Now the next thing is to tag our image with this name that the ECR wants us to tag it with this name, right? So if you can look at this, it's saying you should tag your image. This represents your current image name, and then tag it with this, right? So that it can, when you push it, your ECR will recognize it. So that's what we're going to do. So let us go back to our instance. So let's do Docker images. So you can see that this is the last one we just pulled, or the most recent one we just pulled. Let's put it that way. Okay, so we're going to do Docker tag. So let's take this guy, you copy, and don't forget that in Linux you don't do Ctrl+C, you highlight and copy, and then you paste, leave a space, and you come back and pick that name. What name does it want you to tag it with? You pick this, all of this, and then you go back there and you paste it, right? So we have successfully tagged our image with the name that's your repo name, your ECR registry name. Let's put it that way. If you recall, this was the same thing we did when we were pushing from our local machine into our Docker Hub. So when you do Docker images, you should have two images. Yeah, so you have, this is the one we pulled from our Docker Hub, and this is the one we tagged. You see, basically that's all that you need. We're done with the job. The next thing is just to push our image, and to do that, run this command, right? Run this command on your instance, paste it, and then you push. So it's pushing. It did this very fast because I've been pushing and pushing in the past to make sure that everything works fine. And so there you have it. If we go back and refresh, let's close this up. We don't need it anymore. So let me just reduce the size. Yeah. Okay, so if we refresh this, let's refresh this, and then click on the repo name. You can see this is the one we just pushed right now, and July 26. The time is 53. If you look at my time here, it's 54. So that is it. That's the beauty of having to work in the cloud. So right now we need to start our container, and then our application will be up and running. So we can just do Docker images. Okay, so let's just be sure that we still have those two. And then to run your container, you just do Docker run. Use the flag rem-it p 3000. We're using 3000. That's the default port for Node.js application. The application that's on our image is a Node.js application. And then you take your repo name, your image name, sorry, or you can pick this one, the image ID, if you like. So let's just go with this one. You paste it here, and then you run. So our application is live. Our application is live. So let's go to our instance. Let's reduce this again. So you could pick your IP address. You pick the public IP4 address. You pick that, and then your port. That's it, friends. That is it. Our application is live and running in the cloud. Not from our local machine again. Not from our local machine again. I hope this has given you an idea of the versatility and the power of Docker and what it can do for you, right? Rather than having to use virtual machines and all of that. Now I can stop and start this instance anytime I like. I can share this container. I can do anything with it. I can even update it while it is running. In subsequent videos, I'm going to show you how to do some of those things. I wish we had more time to show some of these exercises, but in the next and upcoming videos, I'm going to show you how to use Docker Swarm to run multiple instances, and the big one, which is Kubernetes. That's going to take a long video and a long blog. It's going to be different from this blog, but I'm going to share the link with you guys. I'm also going to talk about other DevOps tools like Ansible and Terraform. And I hope that in your DevOps engineering journey, you would have so much to learn, and this would be a great resource for you. Thank you for listening.